Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, your boy Samson Biggz, and we're here with a reaction video. So there's this video going around. It's pretty viral, and it's basically men versus women in sports. And for somebody like me who understands the biology of men and women, it really shouldn't even be a question. But then again, I'm 40 years old, and a lot of the young people are struggling with this type of thing. I don't know why. I don't know why people struggle with this. Men and women have different bodies. Our bodies are different. Men are stronger. We are more athletic. We have bigger bones. We have more muscle fibers. We have bigger lungs, and we have the ability to use more oxygen, things like that. But a lot of men and women don't understand that, which is kind of crazy to me because it's really obvious. Like, it's completely obvious. But let me go ahead and start this video and see why it's so viral.
In short, I'm saying pay these women. That's what I'm saying. She's gonna go elegant about it. You need to be paid because you command the same respect. The game is just as good.
And then, all right, let's just start right there with should women be paid the same as men in sports? Yes, they should, but only if they make the same amount of money, if they bring in the same amount of money. See, here's the thing. You can't say a woman in the WNBA needs to be paid the same as a man in the NBA simply because the WNBA doesn't make the same amount of money as the NBA. I mean, it's like, it's like two restaurants, right? If you got restaurant A that makes $1 million a month versus restaurant B that makes $10,000 a month, guess what? You're not going to pay the people at restaurant B the same as you pay the people at restaurant A. Well, that might be wrong because a lot of business owners are cheap, and so they're going to pay whatever they can pay. But for the most part, you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. If they make the same amount, let's do sales. Sales is a little bit better. So if you make sales, like if you make a certain amount of money in revenue, you're going to get paid more. But if you make less in sales, you're going to get paid less. It's the same with sports. It's basically all sales. It's business. You're going to get paid what you're worth. And when I say what you're worth is a percentage of how much the entire company is making. So that's just a foolish thing. Like, oh, you need to get paid more. Well, she's going to get paid what she's worth. Right? If she commands, like if she plays basketball and fills up the stands and gets television deals and everybody wants to go see this girl play, then she's going to get paid that. But that's the thing, is that not really many people want to watch the WNBA. Bottom line. Let's keep going. My daughter got her first catch of her football career. Go Lily. Let's see this.
Motion! The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Boom. Damn, this girl got hit. Welcome to football. But you know, that's football. Girl or guy, that happened to me, and I'm a guy. So when I was playing in high school football, I got cremated. So it doesn't matter if you're a girl or guy in football. There's always going to be somebody bigger, and you are going to get cremated no matter what. The problem is that a lot of girls won't be able to take it. Like, you get cremated, you can't get up, right? You got to be able to get back up and play the game again. You got a whole hour, 2 hours to play this football game. Doesn't matter if you're hurting, you got to keep on playing for the team. So, you know, that's a she got hurt though, that's for sure. Again, see, this is military. This is they're doing a little military drill right there. Now, military is something completely different than sports. I honestly don't think that we should have any kind of question about military. Military is the people who protect us. My sister was in the Army, and you know, I love her, and she is just, I'm so proud of her that she went in the Army, but I would not want my sister to fight against any male. You know, I wouldn't let her fight against any male. I would stand in front and I would fight for her, because women cannot fight men. Men and women are different.
Men always say how women's soccer sucks. Then come to the field and try it with us.
Woo. See, I mean, look at this. This is 60-year-old men versus pro women. It's just, it doesn't matter, you know. Like, mentally, men and women, yes, we're equal mentally. But sports is physical, right? Sports is physical. So we got to stop pretending that, okay, yes, okay, women and men can play each other at checkers, and whoever's got the best mind is going to win. But this isn't checkers, right? This is on the field running around using your muscles and your lungs and your heart, and just everything's, it's a completely different thing. Even at 60 years old, these guys are destroying these pro women. It's just different biology.
In the starter's hands. So let's see Asafa Power.
Track and field isn't even a question. Like, anybody who, I was in track and field, men have records, women have records. Men are always gonna be better. That's just it. There's nothing you can do or say is gonna change it. We shouldn't even be watching this video right now. This is kind of a waste of time.
He got away as you'd expect. He's going to gobble up the lead early. It's a ball. Riley Day, Usain's off.
United States though. America in front. Jamaica in third or maybe even second place now.
And the back straight from the US team. Fantastic to see her back at this did. It's the Polish quartet. And Melko here running on the second leg.
Now that was Allyson Felix right there, the fastest woman in the United States, and she's just getting destroyed.
For the Polish quartet, he's put down, and in fourth place is Zoe Clark for Great Britain. So Amelka comes over to the changeover. We'll have two Polish women now on the last two legs.
To be crowned, Svite Ursutic, and it's Michael Cherry storming round that bend, trying to close the gap. And look at the speed with which Cherry takes the Polish woman. She
literally had a 100-meter lead. The guys coming up behind her, she had a 200-meter, maybe even a 200-meter lead, and they caught up.
Being reeled in here to get caught here, but can she hang on for a medal? The gold is going to go to Michael Cherry, and the Allyson Felix moves to 12 world titles. Really close on the line.
Don't know. She would ragdoll him. First of all, have you ever seen Floyd Mayweather who's about this tall?
Okay, this is just complete ridiculous. The stupidest, one of the stupidest things that Dana White has ever said. And I know he's trying to build up his business, you know. He's got to promote it, you know. But one clean hit, and Floyd Mayweather is knocking out Ronda Rousey. And not only that, like, if we just did boxing, right? Just boxing, of course, Mayweather wins. But even in an MMA match, if it was Ronda Rousey versus Floyd Mayweather would still win. Why? Because he's more physical. She does not have the physical ability that he has. She can try and tie him up. She can try and get him in a lock or whatever, but it's not going to happen. Because guess what? Once he unleashes on her She's done. He hits her in the face. It's over. It's over. Okay? It's just, this is a stupid thing. Dana White said. I can't believe he said this.
Okay. And she would ragdoll him as soon as she put her hands on him.
Under Rousey, who would ragdoll Floyd Mayweather, was destroyed by a 5'7.5", 134-pound woman this weekend. Serena Williams is not beating a single man. There's not a guy in the country in the ATP Top 100 that's not beating Serena soundly.
Let's start with the elephant in the room.
That's right.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, we need to stop pretending. I know we like to live in fantasy land in 2022. That's the thing. Everybody lives in fantasy land and don't hurt anybody's feelings because people feel a certain way. But the truth is the truth. It is what it is. Men are superior athletes. Physically, we are superior when it comes to fighting, when it comes to running, jumping, punching, anything that involves physical, it's not even a contest.
Why was it necessary?
I think you're referring to the fact that I said she'd be about 700 in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you think, Charlie? You're a tennis guy. You like to play tennis. I see you on the tennis court.
Right.
What do you think that Serena Williams would be ranked if she played in the men's game?
I have no idea.
Well,
He's such a, he's getting cucked right there on national television. I hate guys who have little tiny balls and they're so scared to hurt the feeling of women. Like, you know what? You're a man. Sometimes you're going to hurt women's feelings. Just say the truth. Stop playing this. I'm on the team of love and everybody is everybody. You know, sometimes you're going to hurt women's feelings, and that's okay. That's just life, you know? He's an embarrassment to all men.
If you had a guess.
Well, she seemed pretty strong to me. I mean,
very strong. The greatest female player ever.
Okay, we can't. Nobody can prove this. Here's what.
Would you like to apologize?
No.
And why should he apologize for saying that he thinks Serena Williams would be 700th in the world? Like, I mean, that is just the stupidest thing. Why would she even ask that? Why would you even ask that? Would you like to apologize? Why? That's his opinion. That's his thought process. And it's a pretty good opinion. This guy knows what he's talking about. He's been playing tennis his whole life. He's one of the best male tennis athletes ever. It's ridiculous.
But the offer is this. Why don't you combine, just solve the problem? I'm sure the men would be all for this. The men and women play together. And then we don't have to guess.
Oh my God. Could be nearer 20.
40 love.
Si agita per il rumore appena sentito. Ma servirà ancora una volta uscire.
14. That's good, because it's got the tape. It counts.
He has every right.
That's the way to finish it off.
One of Tonal's great features is the interactive feedback and data that you get. You can see I've got total volume, total.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Well, this we know for sure.
40, 50.
That's the one I'm waiting for.
Yeah, it's just complete domination, you know, just complete domination. That's my ground turkey cooking, so I can be a dominator in the gym.
All right, wide. He's kind of 6 foot. Oh. Giving the ball away if you just cross willy-nilly. Oh.
30.
You know what? That's just
Game 10.
considered 3-2.
30.
What you see down at this end is a lob.
There's that one down the middle. Shouldn't be that way. Oh,
Come on, John.
no! I knew that was coming. It's a fault, though.
Actually, it's funny because Andy Murray, he was been joking about myself and him playing a match. And men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost two separate sports. I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Completely different sport. The men are a lot faster, and they serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game, and I love to play women's tennis. And I don't want to be embarrassed. I would not do the tour. I wouldn't do Billie Jean any justice. So Andy, stop it. Yeah. We're not.
Kudos to Serena Williams for saying that. You know, it's the truth. You know, a lot of people have too much pride and they don't like to speak the truth. But kudos to her for speaking the truth and letting it be known. Plus, look how hot she is right there. I'm just saying, that's a side note. She look good, right? Serena Williams look good. Hey, Serena Williams. You could beat me at tennis all day. So if you want somebody to beat up on, I'll be your man, Samson Biggz, right there. Just hit me up, you know, DM me. You're fine as hell.
I'm not going to let you kill me.
The enemy doesn't care. Gender you are. 21.
Uh-oh, hand-to-hand combat. This ain't good. This ain't good.
Come out here.
Number 16, Steph.
Number 16. Step forward. Go and glove up.
Is the first female recruit to pick a man. Number 16, Nathaniel.
Race up. Fight!
DS's instructions. And fights to win.
Stop!
That's what you do, you fight.
Race up. Fight! Go, keep fighting until I say stop.
Like, I mean, she picked the smallest guy. She was thinking, hey, I'm going to pick the smallest guy. I'm going to take this guy out. But it doesn't matter. It could be the smallest guy and the biggest woman. Like, we just have a different biological makeup. Our muscles are different. This is why you never see women pushing the same weights that you see men pushing. You know, you just don't see it. You don't see it, you know. And maybe there's that fluke where you see like some random powerlifting girl who can bench an unbelievable amount of weight. That's like a random fluke, and it doesn't really happen that much. But, you know, just being in the gym my whole life, you know, I know what men are capable of, and I know what women are capable of. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's apples to oranges is what it is. We are completely different. Mentally, it's a different story, right? Women and men can compete, you know, completely equal mentally. You know, if it's a chess game, you know, if it's checkers, if it's board games, you know what I'm saying? If it's math, if it's freaking, you know, spelling bees, you know, if it's debate, yeah, okay, men and women are completely equal. But when it comes to physicality, it's not.
Yeah, he already did one. But this one's been going a long time. We're 2:30 in now. I might did already. We got him in 43 seconds. Laura's trying to look at her face. She's trying to kill his let Laura have the neck.
And even in this case, you know, he's you could tell he's going easy on them. He's not unleashing his full potential. That's the thing. If he unleashed his full potential on these girls, it would already been over.
No injuries.
I hope they've taught you how to knock down doors. In you go.
Oh no!
Go. These are firefighters. Okay, firefighters. They got to save people's lives. It's not even sport. This is life and death right here. This is life and death. Remember that when you watch this video.
As high as you can. As high as you can. As high as you can.
Take a bigger run up. She's a hard lady.
Come on, Jane. Remember the elbow. Big run as fast as you can. And high. High.
Power outages happen. Luckily, we have Lycan. With a 4.8 kilowatt.
High. As fast as you can. Well done. Oh.
See, I was watching a video where the guy was saying, well, she looks like she's not even trying. See, that's the difference between men and women, is that you might think that it looks like she's not trying, but she is actually giving it her all. And she just doesn't have the explosiveness. Women don't have the explosiveness that men have, right? So in that little area, she didn't have enough power, explosiveness to build up the speed to knock that door over. Not because she wasn't trying, but because she doesn't have the ability. It's just science.
Yeah, I think just 2 more throws and you would have been there, but that's tough for you.
A man with no firefighter training has no trouble with the same task.
Bit of an ouchie one. Be aiming higher. That's it. You got it. It's on the floor. Okay, brilliant. He's got the key. Come out. Yeah. Okay, fab. Brilliant. Well done.
A woman can actually fail the physical component of the fireman test and still become a firewoman to meet female quotas. Firewomen are paid exactly the same as firemen, but are more physically able and better suited to the job.
I made this video to demonstrate that men and women are not the same. We are equal, but we are not the same. 2 + 2 is 4, 3 + 1 can also equal 4, meaning we can be equal without being the same. Not only are we different physically, as demonstrated in this video, we are also different hormonally. We have different strengths and weaknesses that complement each other in the balance of life. There cannot be light without darkness. There is always a balance of life. There cannot be life without death. There is always a balance of life. And the balance between men and women is true. Anytime in history when authoritarian groups try to take over, the first thing they take is your freedom of speech. Why? Because when you are not allowed to speak freely, you are not allowed to criticize their crazy ideas. Don't let anybody bully you into telling a lie. There is nothing virtuous about lying to people just to make them feel better. It takes courage in 2021 to stand up and tell the truth. And it is important for regular, average Americans to continue to tell the truth before it's lost. If we do not continue to think for ourselves,
Okay, well, he's getting a little political on you, and you know, that's a little too political for me. Like, nobody's telling you not to say how you feel. You know, you're welcome to America. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I just did, right? So, and I'm saying that men and women, when it comes to physical sports, physicality, are completely different. And, you know, men are superior when it comes to physical things, right? When it comes to running, when it comes to jumping, when it comes to swimming, when it comes to lifting weights, when it comes to anything physical, men have the edge. Not just the edge, men dominate. I know when I was young right? When I was a little kid, I'm talking 10 years old, and my sisters were 12 and 14. Was 14, 12 and 14? Even older. When I was... Anyway, when my sisters were teenagers and I was still like 12 years old, I could beat them at everything. And these girls are athletes. My sisters were athletes. Running for high school, sprinting, doing long distance. But no matter, it didn't matter because I was a boy and I could beat them at everything. Physical. Now, when it comes to academics, they kicked my ass because I'm a dumbass. But we're talking about physical right here. So it's your boy Samson Biggz. I had to give my 2 cents because this video is popping around and everybody's watching it. And I don't think this really is even a thing. I know that a lot of people think it is, but it really shouldn't be. Like, I mean, I know that common sense isn't really that common anymore. Like, there's just too much bullshit going on out there. But let's just be honest, right? Let's just use our brains and think. And when we come to a realization, don't argue with it. Just, it is what it is, right? All right, it's your boy Samson Biggz. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll be back with more videos shortly.